Hi mathematicians, welcome to our next episode of Homework Helps. Today in class we studied proportions, particularly how to solve problems with a missing piece with a variable and a proportion. It was a hard homework and a hard lesson, so I'm going to go over 3 problems, hopefully not too fast, and hopefully that will help you enough to understand how to solve proportions that you can get through tonight's homework assignment. When we solve proportions, we have 2 strategies. Number 1, we can use what we call the scale factor, where we see if we can multiply one side of the proportion, one ratio, to easily get the other ratio. See if there's something we can multiply or divide by. We could also cross multiply. If the scale factor doesn't work for us in a problem, we always cross multiply and then divide to find that missing variable. Let's do some examples. Problem number 2 on our homework. In problem number 2, we are given 2 ratios, 34/8 and 25/6. Our job is to decide, are these ratios equivalent? So for this one, no variable, not trying to solve for x, just the question, are these equal? To see if they're equal, all we have to do is simplify them as far as we can. If they simplify to the same fraction, they're equal. If they don't simplify to the same fraction, they are not. This first one here can be simplified by 2. Both 2 will go into 34 and 8. So divided by 2, 34 divided by 2 is 17, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. We want to see if 25/6 will also simplify to 17/4. When I look at 25/6, I'm looking, do we have any common factors? 3 goes into 6, but not into 25. 2 goes into 6, but not into 25. 6 will go into 6, but not into 25. We have no common factors. So simplified as far as they can go, we have 17/4 and 25/6. They are not the same ratio. They cannot simplify any further. Not the same ratio. They are not equals. Alright, you hungry bears, let's move down to number 4. In problem number 4, we do have a variable. We have k, and our job as a mathematician when we have a variable is to solve for that variable. We want to know what number is it equal to. We have 2 strategies to solve these. Number 1 is called the scale factor. We're going to use the scale factor on this problem. For the scale factor, we look at the ratio we know, 8/16, and we want to see, is there an easy way we could multiply or divide to get 8 from 16? Is there a scale factor between these 2? And there is. To get from 16 to 8, we divide by 2. Well, that scale factor, dividing by 2, has to hold up, since they're equal, between the 8 and the k as well. So to get from 8 to k, I'm going to divide by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So k must be 4 by the scale factor. Now let's try one by cross multiplying. Okay, wascally wabbits, we're going to try number 9. Problem number 9, we're going to show you solving this problem by cross multiplying. So let's say we can't scale factor. Instead, we want to find our cross products, which would be n times 8 and 3 times 3.2. And we're going to set our cross products equal to one another. 3 times 3.2 is 9.6. It's not a very good 6. Let's pretend it's a great 6. Our other cross product is 8 times n. For those of you who have been in class, you know now, 8 times n is written 8n. This represents 8 times n. And this is great, but this is not our answer. I am not interested in what 8 times n equals. I want to know what n by itself equals. This is part of our algebra. To solve this for n, we're going to undo multiplying by 8. I want n by itself. To undo multiplying by 8, we're going to divide that by 8. What happens now is 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times n is just n. After I divide by 8, all that's left is n. We know in math, it's like a balance scale. if I do this dividing by 8 to one side, I've got to do it to the other side as well. 9.6 dividing by 8 gets us 1.2. Our final answer is n equals 1.2. We've solved from a proportion by cross multiplying all the way down to our answer. I hope that helps. Homework's due tomorrow. Bring it, do your best, and we're going to get it turned in. You are going to get this. Talk to you then.